Breaking news now. War diaries written by Ukrainian children are on display in the same Amsterdam museum where Anne Frank hid her writings. More than 3/4 of a century after Anne Frank and her family hid from the brutal Nazi occupation in which she wrote her famous diary, the city where they hid is hosting an exhibition about the war in Ukraine that bears eerie parallels to their plight. On Thursday, an exhibition depicting the Ukrainian conflict through the eyes of children caught in the crossfire opened at Amsterdam City Hall. At the opening, the exhibition's creator, Kristina Kranowska, said, "This exhibition is about the pain through the children's eyes. And it strikes into the very heart of every adult to be aware of the suffering and grief that the Russian war has brought our children," she said. Modern Ukrainian children have recorded and processed the traumatic experience of life during the war through various mediums, including photographs and videos, which are included in War Diaries, alongside writings like those of Anne Frank, who wrote in a secret annex behind an Amsterdam canal sidehouse. Mykola Kostenko, now 15 years old, is one of the people who spent 21 days in the port city of Mariupol under siege and created art while there. Russia invaded its neighbor in February of last year, and since then, the city of Mariupol in Ukraine's southwestern region has been under constant attack. However, the city's 430,000 residents have shown remarkable resilience in the face of this aggression. All of Kostenko's drawings from the era are scrawled in blue ballpoint pen on scraps of paper torn from notebooks. One of them takes you to the cramped basement where he and his family hid from the Russian artillery fire before making your way out of the city. All of these pictures mean a lot to me because they depict events that actually happened to me in Mariupol. What I heard, and what I saw. So, that's what I've learned, and I hope it helps, Kostenko said through an interpreter. Katya Taylor, the museum's curator, has said that the kids' writing and artwork serve as healthy outlets for their emotions. "We talk so much about mental health and therapy, but they know better than us what they have to do with themselves," she remarked. She described the exhibit of diaries, artwork, photographs, and videos in Amsterdam as a kind of therapeutic work for many of them. Children caught in the conflict in Ukraine have been widely criticized around the world. According to Ukrainian authorities, casualties number in the hundreds. Meanwhile, UNICEF reports that 1.5 million Ukrainian children are at risk for developing long-term mental health problems like depression, anxiety, and post-traumatic stress disorder. Putin and his Commissioner for Children's Rights, Maria Lvova-Belova, were both issued arrest warrants in March by the International Criminal Court for their roles in the kidnapping of Ukrainian children. Drawing and painting are therapeutic for Kostenko because they allow him to work through the traumatic experiences and commit them to permanent record. It was also a tool for documenting the range of feelings I experienced. So that I may keep them in mind for the time being, as this is crucial, he said. Yehor Kravtsov, the youngest diarist at age 10, also documented life in besieged Mariupol. His childhood ambition was to become a builder, he writes in a piece of writing displayed next to his diary. But he had a change of heart after surviving the city siege. "When we got out of the basement during the occupation, I was very hungry, so I decided to become a chef to feed the whole world," he wrote. "So that everyone is content and there is no fighting."